Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Hey everybody, Lady Cheryl here, and I just want to make a quick video to share with you guys how I'm protecting my citrus trees that are outside. And the reason why I'm doing that is because we're going to get a temp. It's supposed to be around 27, I think the lowest, just for a few hours. And then after that, in about another week, we're going to be in 80 degrees and the temps between 40 and 50 at night. So this is just a short-term protection that will come off tomorrow afternoon, because I think it's supposed to be around 34 or 40 for the next few nights after tomorrow. But anyway, as you can see right behind me, my Sansura magnolia tree is blooming, so I'll probably lose all of those blooms. But that tree blooms about 4 times a year until the first freeze. And you can see all the citrus trees I'm going to show you in a minute. I have on a mask because I have to, because the wind is real high. And you know, it stirs around all the stuff that gives me allergies. So that's why I got on my Love Like Jesus mask. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the trees and what I'm going to do today. Okay, so to my far right back there is my Lisbon lemon. Here is my grapefruit tree. And right over there is an older tree. And by the way, these two I just named are new. And in the back is a Miho Satsuma. It was the only tree that survived the polar freeze last winter when it got down to 3 degrees. And we were out of power, so the greenhouse, the lowest temperature was 19 and it couldn't handle it. But that tree survived. And then I bought another more cold hardier one to replace some of the trees that I lost right here. And then of course right here I have my Maya lemon. Now I've shown this tree before. It has a lot of blooms on. The grapefruit tree is just blooming like crazy. This is my first time growing one. Instead of getting another Calamandan, I decided to get a grapefruit tree. I don't know if these are little grapefruits or not, but I know that it's been swarmed with bees. They're out right now, but they're hiding because it's getting ready to get real cold. But those are a lot of blooms there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some sheets, about 4 or 5 of them, and I'm going to just wrap them around the trees. And I want to bring to your attention that you should never, ever wrap your trees in plastic if it's going to freeze outside. If your tree leaves touch plastic that is 32 degrees or lower, it will burn the leaves. Now you can wrap your trees in frost cloths, burlap sheets, and then put plastic over it, and that would be okay. But I'm not going to do that today because it won't be cold that long. And if you can look right there, I'm going to see if I can go in closer. You can see the beginning of icicles forming on those 2 plum trees. So the temperature is steadily dropping, so I need to put this camera down, get this work done. So I didn't bring my big tripod out, but I'll walk around and show you some things in the food boards, okay? All right. So let me show you what I've done so far. I've just draped the sheets, and these are stained because they were on my banana plants all winter long. And I'm just gonna try to walk around here. I have to be careful because it's real wet and slippery out here. And you can see now I'm getting ready to put another sheet right in this area here. I'll be back. Okay guys, you can see it is 34 degrees out here. Tonight it's supposed to get to 27. But I also want to share this with you that it is currently 48 degrees. This 60 degrees is the temperature in my pocket. 48 and 53 in the greenhouse, pretty high humidity. I'll turn on, I have one little small heater on. I'll turn another one on tonight, and it should stay around 40 degrees, so I'm not worried about that. Also, I want to share with you how I did the draping of the sheets on top of these 5 citrus trees. I just wrapped one as far as I could go, and I went to Home Depot and I picked up these little spring clips. They're 99 cents, and I just have it attached to the cart. And then I went as far as I could and attached another clip here and here. And then as I kept wrapping the sheets, I just kept pulling them as tight as I could and continuing to pin them, as you can see right over there, all the way around. Okay, so this is pretty good. Now, I want to show you this. Pan back over here. See that little wagon right over there? I have some potting soil. I noticed something in the food forest the other day, and I need to put some soil on top of 2 apple trees that are in the ground, but they are at a low area, and during the winter and the rainy season, the soil washed away. And I was going to attempt to put those 2 bags of garden bed and potting mix on it, but I think I'm going to change my mind because it's getting too cold out here. I'm going to show you the area, and I think I'm just going to cover them back up and then do this when the weather warms up. Okay, here are 2 apple trees, one right here, and then one over there. Let me get closer. Now, I have to be careful because it's real slippery out here. You see some ground cover, and if you look real close right in here, you'll see these roots, apple tree roots above the ground. So it's cold out here and I'm getting a little winded. I'm gonna take care of this after the freeze. I'm gonna build up. You see all those bricks right around here, and then this wood paver. I'm gonna put some concrete blocks or cement blocks around this whole area and make it a raised garden bed. And that way the soil won't wash off. So I had removed this is a metal potting table that's rusting out. I had moved those 2 comforters off of those roots. I'm just going to put them back on and put some of these pots down here that have society garlic in them, and then I'll just take care of that when it warms up. It's too cold, my fingers are cold, and I forgot to bring gloves. Okay, so I'll come back and show you when I put the comforters on. Okay, so I covered them up pretty good. I even put a couple tomato cages, piece of wood around here to keep it from blowing away. I think they'll be fine. Here's an update on my strawberries. They are looking good. The onions, as you can see, have been growing very well. And I think I told you in the video when I was transplanting the crowns that this straw would adhere together because it has an organic material or coating on it that will keep it close together. The straw will mesh and won't move even when there's a lot of wind outside. This is my asparagus container. Got a few asparagus coming up for the first time. I planted these last year. You can see one here and one here. I'm gonna cut this all the way back, but I use it to protect the plant during this time of year. And I want to show you one more thing. This is the pink lady apple tree that I got on sale at Stark Brothers, and it's putting on some leaves. And then I have 3 Stella cherries. I planted comfrey with them because they're going to go in their own raised bed. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And all of them are showing signs of life. And this is a Charlie Brown fig tree. I'll probably take this one in the house by the back door or the garage. You see that chicory is coming back when I moved it out of a garden bed and put it in its own little container. So it's doing well. Okay, so this is part 1 of the video. I'm gonna come back and show you part 2 after it freezes and then thaws out. I'll go around and show you the whole food forest. Okay, stay tuned. for part 2. Okay, guys, it is 10:51 in the morning. It's Saturday, and it's currently 47 degrees. And tonight is only going to get down to 34. And this is a raggedy phone, but it still works. At least some of the apps. So let's click on daily. And you can see here, Sunday it will be 66, 46 at night. Monday 71, 46 at night. The high is forecasted on Tuesday to be 62. I mean, these are going to be lovely temperatures, guys, all the way to 26th of March. And our last expected freeze date is March 27th, but we know anything can happen. So I'm going to go ahead on and take the covers off, and I'll be back to show you. Okie dokie, you can see that the citrus trees look great. Keep in mind, the low temperature was 27, and these trees can all handle a 27 degree temperature, but you have to factor in the wind, and we had high winds. So that means that the wind chill factor will make the temperature lower, and that's why I protected them. I didn't worry about putting plastic on them because I knew they would be fine. Now, if it was supposed to get down in the teens, then I would have put on frost cloths, sheets, piled on everything that I had, and then I would have put on plastic, 6 milliliter greenhouse plastic. I have a lot of that in the sheds. So everything is looking good. And remember, these trees were cooped up in the greenhouse with temperatures ranging from 20 degrees to 105. So they've been through something. So now is the time for them to recover. And especially right here, there's a Lisbon, no, that's the Lisbon lemon back there. Especially this Meyer lemon. My experience growing citrus trees has taught me that it takes a while for them to bounce back after being in the greenhouse with fluctuating temperatures. Now, the lighter color leaves right here, that's normal. When they come on, especially on your satsumas, there'll be a lighter color and then they get darker. But this right here is a iron deficiency, and I gave it some chelated iron last week, but I'm gonna wait another week and see what it does if it needs more iron. Okay? All right. Now I want to show you something else. Let me get my pocket and get my sensor out for the greenhouse, and there it goes. It's sensor number 2, it's 86, sensor number 3, 95. It's closed up. I turned the heat off in there now. It's 47 degrees outside. I'm gonna open the greenhouse up, a couple of windows, and let it get some cooler air in there, and then I'll watch this temperature. And once it drops down to about 75, I'll open it up a little bit more and let it get more air circulating. Okay. I think that was all I was going to show you in this part 2 of this video. Just some simple precautionary measures that you can take when you have a forecast of below freezing, because you never know. The meteorologists can forecast all they want, but only God knows how low that temperature is going to go. And so instead of crying, I should have covered my citrus trees and all other non-cold hardy plants, but I didn't, and now they're dead. So it's a little extra work, guys, but you do what you have to do, especially when you're very passionate about gardening. And even if you're not, if you're just growing food to be self-sufficient and to survive, because the prices are just ridiculous now. So yeah, I got even more blooms. Let me show you. While these were covered up on this Lisbon lemon, see how pretty that bloom? Where is it? There you go, right there. A little yellowing there, but it's going to recover. It had more yellow before I gave it the chelated iron. And here, some more blooms. I'm praying that we have a very good harvest. Now, I see evidence of the Mihat Satsuma over here and the Cold Hardy one there. I know what it looks like when it's beginning to bud. When it has fruiting buds, you'll see little spots on the tips of the branches. So in another couple of weeks, I'll come back and I'll show you the Satsumas are going to be blooming real soon. And they really don't bloom. They actually produce a bud that turns into a piece of fruit. I'm standing at the back of the greenhouse on the outside, and let me try to step back a little bit and show you how I cut a window in here. See across the top? Because I wish manufacturers of these greenhouses would consult more people that actually grow in them, and we can tell them a couple of things, because they have the windows at the bottom, like right over there. I can put my finger. They have the windows at the bottom, and they really don't need to be at the bottom. We get more air in if you circulate the top, especially plants that are taller or on platforms taller than the windows. This is the first zinnia, and now it's putting on its second row of petals. All of these are heirloom zinnias I grow year after year. I don't even bother label them anymore. It's when they bloom, I can tell you what they are. I have so much stuff in here. But anyway, the peppers are doing really good. I didn't show you this table over here the last time that I gave you a glimpse. You can see the morning glories in that basket over there, and begonias that are overwintered. Another table back there, a long 8-foot table with a lot of plants on them. Some down here on the cement block covers on the raised bed. But yeah, everything's looking good. So I know the temperature in here didn't get real cold last night because I left 2 small heaters on. I'll show you these plants. This plant right here, this is a black cherry tomato. It's 2 of them. They really took off after they got in the greenhouse, more so than when they were in the house under grow lights. So I'm here to tell you, grow lights help, but God's sunshine is much better. So let's look at the temperature now in the greenhouse. It was 95 and 87, but since I opened up the window here, and then the one at all the way at the back, you can see where I cut out another window. And I just take 6 mil greenhouse plastic. Let me show you. Right here. See this plastic? I get it from greenhousemegastore.com, and I just clip it on anywhere where I cut a window. So now that the plants are fully acclimated to the sun, I'm going to remove the 90% shade cloth around the outside of the frame, that beigey gold looking material that you see here. And so I'm going to move all of that down and unclip it. Just leave it on the ground because I'll put it back up for extra protection. Another thing I haven't shared with you this year for my new subscribers, I take that same 6 milliliter greenhouse plastic and I cover the windows that are manufactured, put in the greenhouse, because air comes in where it has a Velcro closing and opening, and air comes in there. So I reinforce 6 milliliter greenhouse plastic all the way down and on this side as well. So that keeps it cozier, warmer in here. Okay, if you have any questions about growing in a greenhouse, be sure to put it in the comments. I will answer your questions when I have time. And if it's a long answer, I will address it during my live chat that I have every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, when I present blessings from the garden. Okay, I've been monitoring the temperature in the greenhouse. It's currently 55 degrees outside. It is 1:58 in the afternoon, and inside the greenhouse the temperature is 75 and 77. So I'm just going to leave it as it is and just shut the windows up at night. So thank you for watching this video. You know that I love you and God loves you too. Always remember, you can grow your own, eat your own, and preserve your own. Thanks for watching. Bye now. Bye.